Hello, everyone. Welcome to the community. I'm so glad to see all of you. All right, so let's begin. A very important topic which remains uncovered: how to crack MBA verbal ability and reading comprehension section for your competitive examinations. Now, a lot of us have been out of school for very long. A lot of us are not in touch with studies. And fortunately, unfortunately, our school curriculum sometimes does not cover questions in the competitive examination pedagogy. So it becomes difficult for us to get back to our roots and understand what to prepare, what not to prepare. In this video, I'm going to cover what all should we do in order to crack the VARC section, as it is often called, or English proficiency section in these examinations. So follow these tips and let me know in the comments below if this video helped you or not. Let's begin. Number one, build a strong vocabulary. So yes, it's a myth that even if you're weak in English, you can do it. Being weak, it does not mean that you don't know English. But building a strong vocabulary will enhance your English speaking and writing skills. In these examinations, reading is also very important. So when you build your vocabulary, you're supposed to learn new words every day. As we expand our horizons, as we get ready to become to transition from working profession from students to working professionals, it's very important to understand and learn business language. So make sure you're using and learning new words every day. How to do this? I don't understand. I've been out of touch of studies in such a long time. It's all right. Use flashcards. So what are flashcards? Just maybe cut up a piece of paper into 10 or 12 pieces. Write the word on the front and write its meaning and a sentence with that word at the back. Look at those words like you would look at cards. Shuffle them up and try to recall what was a sentence and try to use it in newer methods, in newer ways, the same word, and you will understand the meaning of these words and remember how to use it also in future. Use gamification methods to learn. What exactly do we mean by gamification? PUBG to pata hai, gamification nahi pata. No problem. So what you need to do is download some really good apps. Vocabulary.com, Elevated. These are some good applications that are available on Android as well as iOS. So make sure you're using these recreative, innovative methods to learn, and you're simply not opening up the dictionary and starting to learn new words. Whenever you come across a new word in the newspaper, in any book that you're reading, make sure you journal it. That will help you build your vocabulary. So there are three steps to do this. One is learn. I have told you what to learn and how to learn. Second is retain. These two things will also help you remember the new words that you have learned. And finally, it is apply. So what do I mean by apply? It means that use it. Use it in your conversations, use it in your emails, use it in your written communication in any way possible. The second thing that you need to do is develop a strong reading habit. That means read from different genres. Now, reading is an integral part of the VARC section. So, when you're reading, read from different genres. For example, I really enjoy reading fictional books, but my comprehension passage could be from a non-fiction. It could be something very technical from AI, maybe, or from history, which I don't really enjoy reading. But what can I do? If I am not in the habit of reading it, I might feel saturated. If you feel saturated, you eventually your focus dips. If your focus dips, your accuracy dips and time taken increases, which is not recommended in your examination. That is why I would recommend you to start reading from different genres. Start comprehending what you read. So when you read something, try to understand the meaning. Don't read it for the sake of reading. Once you start doing it and get into the practice of doing it, it becomes much more easier to understand these RC passages. Start reading online. I'm an ardent fan of reading books physically. However, your examinations, most of these examinations are computer based tests. When they are computer based tests, you need to constantly look online on the device and read and answer questions. So when we are used to reading through a physical book, we are used to use our fingers, maybe underline it with a pencil. That's not allowed or possible in a computer based test. So that adaptation might also lead to wastage of a lot of time. So start reading online. on your devices, not your iPads or phones, preferably your laptops or your personal computers. That will give you a taste of how you're going to do it in the examination hall. A lot of aspirants end up wasting time in this adaptation process during the examination. Since you are watching this video, you are up for a pro tip. The second thing that you need to do is master grammar and sentence correction. Sentence correction is a topic which has at least 3 to 4 questions in any kind of entrance exam papers, be it government jobs, be it MBA entrance exams, and any kind of entrance exam. So make sure you brush up your grammar basics. Now, by basics, I do not mean very complex topics, but very simple topics like articles, nouns, pronouns. How many of us have even revisited our nouns chapter after we have left school? I don't think anyone. So make sure you brush up your basics. Practice topics based exercises. Take an exercise, take a topic, say active and passive voice. Pick up an exercise, practice 30 questions in a day. The following day, pick up an exercise on nouns. You can use any book, be it Ren and Martin, be it Word Power Made Easy for Better Vocabulary Exercises by Norman Lewis, and you can just start. Otherwise, you can also come to the VAIR app and you can check out the exercises available there. Apply it with respect to sentence correction. So whenever you look at a sentence, not only in terms of questions in the mock paper, but also when you look at someone text you, someone email you, look for grammatical errors. Once you start spotting errors and proofreading material that has come your way, it makes it very easy for you to proceed with sentence correction. Well, the third tip is develop critical thinking skills. So one thing that you can do for the same is read a lot of book reviews and movie reviews. That is the best example of very good critical thinking skills, where each parameter is sorted and then it is critically discussed with the reader. However, मैम ये MBA entrance exam में कैसे काम आएगा? MBA entrance exam में arguments, assumptions and conclusion के basis पे questions आते हैं. उनको comprehend करने के लिए आपको जब ये चीज की practice होगी, you will be able to do it better. The second thing that you should do is learn to identify premises and evidence. So evidence means the testimony to something that has happened. For example, Earth is round. How is it? How has it been proved? So the evidence is that maybe when a ship goes, it vanishes in a circular motion, and the evidence to support it, the support that has been provided, is in the form of an example, which becomes your premise. Once you start understanding what is premises, what are evidences, it becomes easy for you to break up the sentence or the passage and use your critical thinking skills. Use a strategic approach for strengthen and weaken questions. Make sure you are taking full advantage of the options given to you. When there is a strengthen question, make sure you understand what the weaken options are. Which options would weaken the argument which has been given to you? Use that and eliminate it. Then you will automatically arrive at the option which strengthens the argument. So use these approaches for developing critical thinking skills. Time management and mock tests are very important. So what is it? How do I manage my time? First thing is practice. After 3 exercises of grammar, 5 exercises of vocabulary, and maybe 10 comprehensions and 2 mock tests, make sure you are timing yourself for each and every question. Yes, you heard me right. Each and every question. How much time do you take to solve 5 question RCs? How much time do you take to solve 1 parajumble? What was the level of difficulty of this parajumble, which may be where you may be exceeded 1 minute? That should not happen. Apply it. Apply what your mistakes are to your after analyzing to the next paper you're going to give. And finally, revise all the errors that you've made. Try to attempt those questions once again in a gap of 3 to 4 days so that you realize whether you can perform better or not and whether you've been able to learn from your mistakes or not. Don't think that this will not help me. I now know the question types, but actually continuous revision helps you understand your mistakes better and avoid them in the journey ahead. So that's all from my side today. Hope you had a great coverage from this session and I hope this video helps you all. All the best.